Hello everyone, this is your cncHD back again with some active aggression content, and with me today is...
Hey guys, Cruelty here again, casting with the one and only cncHD,
Yes.
And I'm excited. I'm really excited.
I'm also very excited because we are going to see a 2v2 on a rock and a hard place, which is one of the 2 versus 2 maps. Here at the bottom side, we are looking at Faxer at the bottom left position, and he is teamed up with Toodaloo.
Yep, and in the top right position is the one and only Noodle Sucks, and with him on the top left side, all the way in the north, is Alex Pega.
Right, and I think we should hit the play button in 3, 2, 1, go with it. So game starts and the players are moving all of their units across the map.
Yep, we see all the people just scouting out for those valuable resources, looking around where those first few resources can be found.
Yeah, we also saw this map in the 2v2 between Cruelty and Turkey, Bacon Ham, and 2 other guys, which I forgot the name of.
Exactly.
We saw that one of the 2 players went for the banks very fast, and the other guy went for air support. And let's see what those 2 teams are going to do.
Exactly. Yeah, this is probably my favorite map from the beta, since you can do so many cool strategies on this one. I really like it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, we can see that Faxer going for those 2 refineries right away, and all the other players seem to do the same thing, but I only see 1 refinery there for Tulu.
Yep. Just normal double refinery openings from all of the players almost. We see Noodle Sucks going for that recently fast barracks. Placing it in a position so it's close near to the bank, so you can quickly grab that and grab those extra income.
That's very good, because going for the bank very early is pretty good, especially if the bank is just right next to you.
Yep. Now, on the top left though, we can see Alex Pega doing something rather weird. I think he lacks a little bit of understanding of the economic system, because he is building 4 trucks on each of his close to refinery, which is way too many. You should only have 2.
Those are a lot of trucks, man.
Yeah, they're gonna clump up really well. Basically, what you do with trucks is you try to optimize against the distance. So if, like, say, a refinery is far away from one of your forward operations force or even your HQ, then you build a lot of trucks. But when they're close by, you just build 1 or 2.
Yeah, we can now see that Toodaloo is going for one of the middle banks already, sending some of his troops there. It seems like javelins, if I'm not mistaken, or no, marines. Marines are there on the way to take that bottom bank.
And yeah, he's gonna get it though. We see Noodle Socks just having those surveyors trying to deny access to their own bank, so he's gonna guard that with one of his surveyor tanks. Now, I would like to see him maybe just go a little bit more forward. You know, the best defense is a good offense.
That's
so
right.
if he went forward, and he could have blocked the access to the bank from the other team.
Yeah.
By killing off those marines.
Yeah, that would have been a smart choice, but now it's too late because Toodaloo has the bottom bank under his control. Okay, so also Toodaloo now on 2 refineries, and seems like he's going heavily on infantry. He doesn't have a vehicle bay yet, but he has the power, so I think we are going to see a vehicle bay very soon.
Yep, I wouldn't be surprised.
What is surprising me is that he went for 2 power plants, but no building which is requiring power, which is surprising me a bit.
Yeah, you could say he was thinking ahead, but
and you normally need 1 power plant if you build a light vehicle bay. I mean, this is a bit of a failed action there.
It's a bit of waste of resources, I think, at this point. Also, we see a lot of players going for those second LEMs, and we see Toodle-Doo getting that second one just up, and Alex Pega all the way in the top left also having already 2, which are already full as well. So he's gathering a lot of resources without spending them, it seems.
Yeah, right. You can also see Alex Pega going for that third refinery is already up, and we can see the middle banks belong to the bottom team. So I don't know what the recon team of RuleSox were doing, but it completely failed its job. I think this driver of the recon team should be fired, because he clearly didn't defend the bank, and now only one marine is sitting inside.
Yeah. But we see Faxa on the bottom left massively expanding. We see refineries popping up everywhere.
Oh yeah, I see that. He is on 5 refineries, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of refineries.
To be honest, he got really lucky with the amount of oil fields. As you can see, he has 4 oil fields close by to his base. So he's making sure he uses them to the maximum efficiency.
Yeah, that's correct. His teammate only on 2 oil fields. But he has also brought this under his control.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to see some more supply trucks for Faxa though. He's adding them on now, just to provide that little bit more efficiency through its gathering of those supplies. As you can see, especially on the one in the south and the one to the east of that, they're just completely stocked full of resources that are not being used right now because they can't be transported yet.
Yeah, that's correct. He really needs more supply trucks there to collect the goodies there from the refineries. Does he have a light vehicle bay? I think there is one. Yep, he has one light vehicle bay and is producing light vehicles, which I don't see right now.
Yeah.
Do you see light vehicles in Faxa space? Faxa.
Nope, not yet. But I do see something else though. We seem to have a medical helicopter all the way in the bottom right side from Noodle Socks. He's trying to capture the bank or do a sneaky strike from the south side.
And he's doing a sneaky side. And what are the names of those units again? Those are the anti-building units.
Yeah, those are the mortar teams.
Mortar teams, yes, right. Those are heavy units against those structures. But they are missing a little bit of place there.
Yeah, I would love them to just land it maybe somewhere else, like maybe on the north side on the map where those 2 refineries are. That would have been a huge hit.
Yeah, and they're now opening... No, they're not opening... Yes, they're opening fire. Wow, they can shoot very
yeah, and
long.
they do crazy amount of damage on
wow,
the
power
buildings.
already gone.
But now he might lose his chopper, and if he loses his chopper, he will lose all of the sight he needs. He have to use the chopper to spot for those mortar teams, and he actually saves it. So well done there by Noodle Socks.
Yeah, right. And the HQ of Toodle-Doo under heavy pressure, and Toodle-Doo needs to do something ASAP. Otherwise he's going to lose his very important HQ. And then he's going to be revealed once the HQ is gone.
Exactly. And we can see Toodle-Doo has actually gone for a quick DEFCON 2. We can see him just build that power plant just above his HQ. So it'll be interesting to see what he will try to go for.
Yeah. He's going for javelins by the looks of it to counter those mortar teams.
It's a bit of an odd choice, you know. I would rather see Marines or... Well, he is tier 2, so I would just go for snipers.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, he definitely has resources to build snipers, but going for javelins, interesting choice. Man, those mortar teams have such a long distance. I hope this is getting changed in the next version.
Yeah.
Oh, helicopter being shot down.
Yeah, he actually made Stinger units, the anti-air units, because he thought it was only the chopper. He didn't actually see the mortars, I think. Loses his HQ, that's a huge blow.
Yeah, also losing the tag with the HQ. Wow. That is a big loss right there, but he managed to build up his heavy vehicle bay, and now he's able to build Abraham tanks. But he needs to get those mortar teams, and he's attacking them right now, and he has a javelin next to those mortar teams, which is pretty interesting, just standing next to them. And he should clearly went for Marines.
Yep.
Wow, only one javelin surviving and dancing around next to those mortar teams. Look at this, he's just standing there, dancing, moonwalking a bit, and not shooting on those mortar teams. What is he doing, man?
Yeah, well, it's a stinger, so you can only shoot air units.
Meanwhile, we can see a Faxer harassing the base of Noodle Socks at the top right position with two vehicles and some troops. And we can see a Marine going for the bank, I think, which is a hopeless try. And Noodle Socks there with a drop, with a Medi helicopter. Oh, but losing this one, and all the troops inside dying.
Oh, that is a huge loss for him.
Wow.
That was so unfortunate for him.
And the Marine was shot because of the bank. And
Yeah.
Faxer getting this one refinery.
Yeah, you can see those mortar strikers do a ton of damage to buildings, just as the regular infantry mortars.
Yeah. Okay, Toodle-Doo managed to kill those mortar teams at his base and has some Abraham tanks. And I hope he's rebuilding his HQ somewhere, because I don't see an HQ yet by him.
Yeah, it's kind of necessary.
But I don't think he can rebuild it though, because he don't have a forwarded base, which gives him the possibility to rebuild one HQ. I don't think
That is true. I've never even realized that.
Yeah. I don't think he has a construction vehicle.
Nope, I don't think he has. Wow.
Wow. Okay, so he's limited to those what he has, but he has this heavy vehicle bay. This will definitely help him a lot.
Yeah. I'm getting some crazy red alert and comebacks now. If you snipe the construction yard very early, you're completely screwed.
Yeah.
I guess that's what happened here right now.
Wow.
He still managed to get his tank depot up, so spamming Abrams goes a very long way in this game right now.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Okay, I think the only aggression right now is happening at the top right position, where a Guardian is shooting on an occupied building.
Yep, but we have air coming in now from Noodle Socks.
Oh, nice! I see that. Those are anti-airplanes, I think.
Yeah, anti-air, anti-vehicle planes. Yep.
Yeah, nice. They're targeting down some units there in front of his base. Very nice.
Yeah. Doing some good damage. I would actually like to see them take out the Guardian though, which they don't really seem to do.
Yeah, they are just flying around there and shooting on the infantry. I really like the design of those planes. They are a bit too huge in my opinion. They could be a bit smaller, but they look so beautiful.
Yeah, they could be a little bit smaller. And also the when you actually play, there's like icons of all the planes that are in combat or in flight at the moment, and those icons they're pretty large as well, so they could be a little bit smaller.
Yeah, I think if we click on the player, so Noodle Socks for example, we are going to see the planes there on the left. No, we are not. But we can see them at the bottom right corner if we click on Noodle Socks' name. There's this one plane with the number 1 next to it.
Exactly. I'm wondering, like, what is Alex Pega doing between all of this? He seems to have his tank factory up now as well. He seems to be ecoing really, really well.
What is happening right now in Alex Pega's base is that SimCity is happening right now. Alex Pega going heavily for SimCity, building up his town, managing his popularity, and going for that metropole.
Yeah. We see him building quite a bit of those sandbag turrets. We see him defending that heavily guarded ridge on the north side with a bunch of strikers. Now finally moving out, it seems. let's see what kind of damage he can do with 4 of those gun strikers.
What I don't like about this player is that he is not helping out his teammate at all.
Yeah.
Seems like he is a bit of an eco player, or he didn't realize that he has a teammate.
Both seem to be very viable at this point.
Yeah, we can see Faxer now has more units there in front of the base of Noodle Socks. And is shooting down this building, which took him like 5 minutes to destroy this one building.
Yep.
He's shooting on it for like ages now.
I wish more people would use things like snipers and all that kind of stuff. And, sniping units out of buildings is so effective.
Yeah, that's
really
true.
good.
What I also like to do is sending those snipers into some helicopters and just dropping the banks and sealing the banks. That is what I like to do with the snipers. Oh,
Exactly.
A big, huge army of Toodle-Doo moving in with a lot of Abraham tanks. Supporting his ally Faxer there in front of Noodle Sock's base. And I would like to see the teammate now moving to his ally's base, what he's doing right now.
Exactly, but Toodle-Doo coming with 3 artillery pieces, it seems. Which is a bit odd, you don't really see them that often. But then again, he does have quite a large army standing there. So maybe he's hoping he can use those to clear out the enemy infantry that's hiding inside of these buildings near the bank.
This could be a possibility, and Noodle Socks doesn't really have a lot to face those Abraham tanks. He has those 2 light vehicles and a few men, which will get shot very fast by those Abraham tanks. What is this trained thing, by the way, on those tanks? Trained, hardened? I really don't get those things.
I think it's an early version of veterancy.
Yeah, because I don't really see
No,
veterancy.
you don't see any levels or any indication that it stays there, but I think it's veterancy. Looks like veterancy.
Yeah.
And if something is trained, it should stay trained. So I think it's a permanent addition.
Yeah, we can also see that the planes are there by Noodle Socks, ready to take out those Abraham tanks, but the Abraham tanks are out of the range of those planes.
Exactly. And again, we see just, you know, a bit lacking of unit diversity. I'm really missing some anti-air pieces in this army from Toodle Socks.
That is true. Okay, seems like Toodle-Doo is a bit scared to attack with his large army, and we can see that Alex Pager just standing there at the top, just watching the game of his ally, watching his ally fighting all the 2 players in the 2v1, and yeah.
Just, you know, staying on his own little island, making sure he doesn't move out of his own island.
Yeah.
Because why would you, you know? I mean, there's no reason I should get off my side of the map.
Yeah, I wish there would be in-game voice chat, so you can scream at your ally and let all the rage out of you and just say, you noob.
As long as there's an option to turn it off, I'm in.
Because sometimes the players don't read the chat. I do, for example, too. I sometimes don't read the chat because I just don't realize that there's a chat happening right now in the game.
Yeah.
If you watch my videos, you will see that I somehow completely miss the chat. This can happen, and I think a voice chat would be necessary there.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay,
We can now see that Toodle-Doo is moving towards the Turtle Island, as I would like to call it.
Turtle Island. That's a good name.
Let's see if he can break his shell.
I don't think he's going through this Turtle Island because there are Abraham tanks everywhere.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Well, he's gonna try and move in though,
Not
and he
losing.
backs out because he doesn't use his artillery.
He now
Just moving them in.
he now needs the support of his ally. He really needs it. And now the huge army of Alex Pager moving to the left. Wow, that's a lot of tanks.
Yeah, that could have been a huge clash, but it seems we're just gonna sit back and do some more SimCity.
Yeah, true. and I don't see a money production building for Alex Baker. I forgot the name. It generates money for you at DEFCON 1.
Yep.
An
administration center.
Yeah, administration center. I think since Alex Baker is playing SimCity, he should definitely going for some administrative centers, but I don't see any.
I'm a bit worried for Noodle Socks though. He put a lot of effort into that early attack, which to be honest really paid off because he managed to be able to kill that HQ from his opponent. But he seems to be a bit stuck himself now. You know, his main oil field dried out, he sold his refinery there, and I think he's having quite a bit of trouble just locating some more resources.
Yeah, I think so too. He also has only he only has 4 units in his bank, but now sending more units into his bank. But this was a bit of lost cash there for him.
Yep. You know, when you look at Toodledoo though, he can't really do much, can he? Without any more construction options from that HQ. He's stuck on that one tank factory he has left. So yeah, his only option is to produce a bunch of tanks, but I don't really see him doing that, which is a bit weird.
Yeah, Noodle Socks now preparing another drop with his medic helicopter. He has this one next to his hospital, and he's going to drop one of those 2 players again. I think he's going to drop Doodle-Doo again.
Yeah, he's gonna try to finish what he started.
Yeah, which is really nice, what I like to see. And also the recon team scouting out some aluminum. And the middle banks still belong to the bottom team. I think Mr. SimCity should really move his tanks to the middle banks and clear those things out to get even more economy. And even more increase his economy, since he really wants economy.
Yeah. And we see Faxa now in that huge army in the middle lane with a big helicopter. I think it's known as a VTOL, but it's not loaded up with any units whatsoever. So I'm wondering what he's going to use it for. You know, he could have upgraded it with the chain gun from the armory, which will make it very effective against light vehicles and especially infantry.
Yeah, true.
So we'll have to see what he uses that for.
That's true. I can now see Faxa tries and Toodle-Doo trying to get into the turtle base from the middle now. And Alex Pager not moving his units yet to the middle. So now it would be the right moment for the bottom team to move in.
Exactly.
But they are just standing there. They're just chilling out.
They seem a little bit too scared. I mean...
Because now it's the right moment, they're just driving through it and position themselves very well. And now Alex Pager is scouting and moving back again. And now I think now he's sending all of his units to the right, but no, he's not doing it.
Yep, we see Toodle now using his artillery though. He managed to spot some of the units with Faxa's infantry. So hopefully he's gonna keep bombarding.
Oh, some planes incoming on the army of the bottom team. And they are going to snipe some of the vehicles there, as we can see. Also getting the artillery there, very nicely done.
Yep, and we can still see no anti-air from either of the 2 players on the bottom side. So Noodle Socks will have free... Oh, never mind, there we go. We see F-22 Raptors having a dogfight right in the middle there.
Ah, very nice.
Yeah, very nice. But Noodle Socks had a few planes more, so he comes out victorious for now until the other players get some more tanks or aircraft up. My bad.
Yeah, very nice action there. So both armies now clashing there in the middle, and that is a bad position for Faxa and Toodle-Doo to engage. I mean, they are just getting raped there in this point, in this choke point.
Yeah, the concave is really good by Alex Pager, but you know, Toodle-Doo making the right decision and just moving his units through that small choke point, managing to get a lot more shots off.
Yeah, I want to point out that the drop landed at the bottom, and we can see another mortar team attack on another HQ of Faxa this time.
Yeah, this is a great play from Noodlesock. Just keeping your enemies on their toes constantly.
Yeah, very nicely done. And Toodle-Doo and Faxa managed to break through the turtle shell of Mr. SimCity, also known as Alex Pagar. You can now see another plane coming in to snipe some tanks.
Yep. Yeah, especially if you have quite a few of them, the planes can be so effective. I really like that about this game.
That's very true. Oh, that's a lot of destroyed tanks there. Wow. Oh, some MG nests there at the top of the cliff, shooting down the cliff at those tanks. But the tanks don't really care about the MG nests because they are heavy.
Yep. It seems that Faxa did manage to get the improved building armor upgrade. As you can see, all those concrete walls around the buildings now provide quite a substantial boost in HP for all of those buildings. And you can see him now focusing the power plant instead, trying to make his base go out of power. And he does. Look at that. All of his production structures are now unable
very nice.
to produce units.
Wow, a lot of Abraham tanks standing there in Mr. Turtle's base. And now Noodlesock comes in to join his ally with some planes and some tanks of his own. But there's still a lot to fight there on the left side. Those are a lot of Abraham tanks there for the bottom team. Wow. Just wow.
Yeah. I think this might be the end of Turtle City.
Yeah, I think too.
Oh, he does have quite a bit of units there, though. He
Yeah,
managed to pick up quite a bit, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I think this shell is going to be cracked.
I think so too. And Faxa should really move into the base. He's just standing there blocking off his own tanks. And Alex Pagar getting so many kills there because of this weird engagement point there of the bottom team. Wow, just look at this.
Yeah.
Alex
Yeah,
Pagar
it's
getting
a
so
great
many
decision.
kills.
No, and this just reminds me of Total Annihilation, where Wreckage was such a huge point of the game where it could really implement movement. And you can see it here now by Faxa. His own destroyed tanks are blocking his own way. So,
Oh, and the plane coming in and destroying some more Abraham tanks too.
yeah, I think they're managing to hold off this attack. This is really nice work by both of them.
Yeah, pretty well done. Okay, mortar team still shooting at those buildings, and I wonder why Faxa didn't do anything against those mortar teams yet. He's sending an Abraham tank to those mortar teams, but his tank is very slow.
Yep, a tank can't move on riches, so yeah, he's gonna be very slow. It's gonna take a long time before it
that's
reaches them.
very true. He also doesn't have a road to those mortar teams. But he's now finally arriving there. But the damage has been done by Noodlesock already. He did quite a good damage there.
Yeah, managed to get another solar power plant. So, yeah, it was a great attack, and I think the most important thing was to distract Faxa from the fight up in the north side.
Yeah. You can now see Faxa and Toodle-Doo moving in with more tanks, but it seems like they are missing in money. I think both teams are missing in money now a bit. And let's scout for some administrative centers, because I don't see any here in Turtle City, and I don't see any in Noodlesock's base as well.
Nope.
There are no administrative centers.
Yeah, but there is another way to get some very easy money. If you look at near the turtle's base, the middle entrance, you see a lot of units just standing there doing nothing near the feed hall, and those are all pilots. pilots from all the vehicles that have been destroyed that have managed to evacuate safely. And if you click on those, you can actually return them to your own HQ. And when you do, you get a bonus for saving their lives. So that's another way to get some extra money for yourself. If you see some of those pilots, just click on them, return them to your base, and if they make it, that's free money.
Yeah, I think 200 for each pilot.
Exactly.
And that's very good. I mean, yeah, they are very slow. You should pick them up with a plane, which is just right at this moment standing next to those pilots. And all those pilots could be picked up. But I don't think the bottom team knows about this, that they can trade in pilots for money.
Yeah.
Also, a way to get money is through POWs, which gives you, I think, 1,000 aluminum per POW.
Does it give you aluminum?
I think.
I thought it gave you 500 cash when you capture them, and then they generate an amount of cash every second when they are in the hospital.
Oh, I didn't know that, because I thought they give you 1,000 aluminum.
That would be very nice, because that would mean that late game you can get some extra aluminum for those high-tech units.
Yeah, 3 planes moving in, 4 planes moving in, 4 noodle socks flying to the left to get some tanks, and let's see if they get some tanks. And there goes the first Abraham tank.
Yeah,
and
there go the strikers on all the other tanks. God, they do so much damage. It's really, really nice.
Yeah, I really love those planes. I should really use those things more often, because I very often don't use those planes.
Yep.
Toodle-doo decides to do a little vacation there in the woods.
Yeah, little detour.
Yeah.
Going all the way in the north. Well, to be honest, why not? It's not like he has a base to manage.
Yeah, I think he is going on strike.
Yep.
Those pilots saying, fuck it, we don't want to battle it out anymore. It's pointless. Or also many pilots, they're standing everywhere. Pilots everywhere, wow.
Yeah, there are a ton of pilots everywhere.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I'm really surprised that the blue team hasn't finished them yet. I mean, Tulu is moving from the north now, trying to finish off Alex Pega. And let's see how well they can defend against this, because they don't seem to have that much.
Yeah, true that. And now the units are moving in from the top in Alex Pega's base, finishing off that heavy vehicle bay. There it goes.
Wow, the artillery pieces do crazy damage against buildings. Look at that!
Yeah, that's
that
heavy.
That is ridiculous.
That is heavy. Oh, more Abraham tanks moving in from the bottom, and this is pretty much an Abraham and a plane fight through the whole match long.
Yeah.
I think some Guardians in the mix would be perfect, but hey, it is like it is, and those Abraham tanks could be also very entertaining.
Well, Noodles Socks managed to help Alex Pega out by killing those artillery pieces and those Abrahams. You can see more planes coming up. Noodle really making use of those planes really effectively. I mean, I think he's been using the same 4 planes for about 10 minutes now, so he's really getting his money's worth.
Yeah, really worth it. And the bottom team should really get some anti-air on the way to shoot down those planes. We can also see some counter planes there for the bottom team, if I see this right.
Yep. We see 1 or 2 F-35s duking it out with the ones from Noodle Stack. So that's going to be probably an even match, since there's only 2 left for him right now. We'll see how that pans out.
Yeah. Okay, so Alex Pega still alive in his turtle base, and yeah, what a surprise.
Yeah. And you can finally see Noodle Socks now getting those extra refineries up. We see him building a oil refinery as well as an aluminum refinery on the southeast side of his base.
Yeah, I see that. That's pretty good for him. And I would really love to see some administrative centers. Also, I would love to see those pilots moving a bit.
Yep. You know, and yeah, I don't think Turtle can do much other than produce those tanks. I mean, you should really consider selling those refineries, which have no resources around them anymore, because they're pretty useless right now.
But then if you're selling those, there's a construction vehicle popping up, and where should it go when the HQ is not there?
That's also true. Wow, I didn't think of that.
I mean,
get your money back if you,
he has the LEM.
Well, he has the LEMs, right?
The question is the construction vehicle moving to the LEMs, or is it just standing there and doing nothing? That's the question.
That is a good question.
Can I see
God,
Faxa
why
moving
didn't we
in?
think of this during the actual beta?
I don't know. I actually don't know. Wow, Noodle Socks moving in with his own Abraham tanks now. And he's moving to the bottom base of Toodaloo.
Yeah, he's gonna try and finish him off completely. And, you know, evening the playing field, because, let's be honest, there's not much left of Alex Vega.
Yeah, again, the planes are fighting there, and the tanks of Toodaloo moving in. I think we saw this for like the last 30 minutes now.
Yeah.
That's a big clash right there. Okay, Abraham tanks moving in at the bottom side. It seems like Noodle Sock is searching for the right place to move in.
Exactly. He's finishing off Alex Vega's base. Now it's completely in ruins. And he's gonna try and push all the way through to Noodle Sock's base, I think.
Yep. What I would like to see is more Marines in the middle banks, because they are missing 3 at the top one and they are missing 1 in the bottom bank.
Yep. Actually, as we can see, a large Abraham army from Noodle Socks going right into the middle below those banks. He's gonna skip Turtle 2 altogether and he's gonna go straight for Faxa, which, to be honest, is the primary threat at the moment. You can't really expect too much from Turtle.
We have 5 planes now, 4 Noodle Socks there at the top position, so upgraded one more airplane, added one more airplane to the battlefield, and we can see those wings rip through the Abraham army of Faxa.
Yep. See more planes from Faxa trying to combat those planes from Noodle Socks, and they're actually taking them down because the planes from Noodle Socks are focused on the ground targets. So, yeah. Good job there by Faxa, having a great timing. But on the other side, we have those tanks from Noodle Socks moving in, killing that refinery from Faxa all the way in the middle.
Now the artillery is taking out the bank of Faxa. Faxa about to lose his bank and losing his refinery there. I don't think he has many tanks in his base to protect us. He has many supply trucks there standing though.
Yep. And if Noodle Socks manages to break through and go for the air tower, he is completely uncontested in the air after that.
Yeah, and that's true. And the fight still continues in Mr. SimCity's base, who is still not defeated.
Exactly, because he more planes from Noodle Socks trying to defend as best he can. Just trying to reduce the amount of things. And then we can see more planes from Faxa battling it out again on the same position. Noodle Socks really needs to focus down that air tower straight away, but instead he's going for that elusive command center.
Yeah, that's true. Also, Abraham tank of Faxa shooting down those Abraham tanks of Noodle Socks, and Noodle Socks not concentrating on the Abraham tank, now concentrating on it. But I think he lost one Abraham tank to this mistake.
Exactly.
And now going for the air control center.
Yep. He's trying to evade the missile fire from the Tau units. And it's actually a pretty nice counter. I didn't know it had such a long range, even without the upgrade for it. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's true. And now the HQ is nearly down. Only a few HP missing, and now it's gone.
There you go.
Also with the explosion finishing off that solar power plant.
Yeah. And now Faxa is in a lot of trouble because he's out of power and he's got no restriction. No, he's I think he sold something because it went. Nope, he's out of power again.
Yeah, out of power. And I think Noodle Socks is managing to destroy those tanks as well. There are only 3 light vehicle tanks left for Faxa to defend this, and Noodle Socks doing a pretty good job here in raping this base.
Yeah, I'm really not sure if Faxa can hold it off.
Okay, quick question. We have a lot of green dots there at Faxa's base, which building, which is right now under attack.
Yeah.
What are those green dots?
Those are the prisoners he has captured. So those, if you capture prisoners of war, they're stationed inside of your hospital, where they generate money for you by, exchanging them to their country of origin or something like that. That was the backstory of the prisoners of war in Active War, so I'm assuming they keep that here. But basically, gameplay-wise, they just generate money on a steady basis, just like administration stations would.
That is pretty cool. I only knew that they give you 500 cash per prisoner for one single time, but I didn't know they generate cash over the time. Wow.
Yeah, but only if you have a hospital where you can keep them.
Ah, that's a good thing to know. Should definitely remind me of this when I'm playing again.
Yep.
Guardian there chasing off those Abraham tanks. Pretty good. And Noodle Socks has no anti-air there in his team.
Yeah, but he has a plane cupping. And I wonder if it's... Yeah, it are F-22 Raptors, so those are the dedicated anti-air tanks flying at maximum speed towards those areas, trying to pick off that Guardian, which has been reluctantly chasing those air units. And there we see one missile hitting. Will the Raptor come around? I think so.
And
there we go.
There we go. Guardian down. And a lot of tanks of Toodle-Doo finishing off the last remaining tanks of Noodle Socks. But that was a pretty heavy attack of Noodle Socks, and Faxa now without any construction vehicle left. Same like his allies, so both are crippled and both players cannot... Oh, Faxa surrenders.
Yeah. Well, he didn't have that much money anymore. His outer refineries were crushed. Most of his tanks were crushed. He was out of power, so he couldn't construct anymore. So the only thing he could have done was selling off most of his structures, because he still has one power plant left, so he could power maybe 1 or 2 buildings, like mainly the tank depot and the vehicle depot. And if he sold off the rest, he could maybe come back. But I guess he thought it was over.
Yeah, and now we have a 1v1 between Noodle Socks and Toodle-Doo. Because Mr. SimCity, I think he's still in the game, but he's not able to build anything there, I think.
No, exactly.
He has a refinery there at the top position, but I don't think he has more.
Yep. See more aircraft coming in, finishing off those Abrahams that are just standing there. And I think those were about the last forces Toodle-Doo has.
Yeah, I think so too, and that is pretty good with the airplanes. Those airplanes are really paying off. And Toodle-Doo surrenders. Nicely done there by Noodle Socks.
Yeah, those aircraft really paid off so much.
Yeah, definitely a good game there. Yeah. Really I didn't like the play of Alex Pega though. I mean, he did a good job with the economic and he did a good job with turtling, but...
Yeah, I would have loved to see more, aggression in this game, especially since the game is called Active Aggression, but what can you do, right?
Surprisingly, he has the less income. He has not that much income.
Yeah,
That is surprising.
He has less than Toodaloo? Wow.
That is really surprising.
That is really surprising. Of course, he did get his eco crushed pretty fast.
Yeah.
And he did went for those a lot of supply trucks early on, which was a big mistake because that slows down your eco for a ton. But yeah, what a slugfest this was. Wow.
Yeah, we can see that kills and losses are pretty much even.
Yep.
To each other, which is pretty interesting. And economic-wise, the blue team had the economic advantage. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, pretty intense match there. 42 minutes and 59 seconds. Wow.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen so many pilots in one game.
Yeah, exactly. And what is interesting, I notice right now, is that you can set a time limit. That is interesting. You can set a time limit in the game.
Yep. I haven't tried it though. I'm not sure what happens. I think it's just a draw, right? I assume it's a draw or just quits. I'm sure.
Not very sure. I think maybe the team with the better statistics is going to win this match. Not very sure.
Yeah, but does the game actually detect those statistics? Or is it implied like, oh right, well you had the better statistics, okay, you won, did you do that afterwards? Personally, but maybe.
We should try that out sometimes. Okay, so that's it for this game. Was pretty intense, and thank you very much, Cruelty, for joining my cast.
Yeah, no problem. Was a blast as always.
And let's wrap it up. This is your cncHD.
And Cruelty.
And
see ya, and thanks for watching.
Yeah, bye bye.